Welcome to an all-new Downright Sports. I am your host, the notorious sports critic, Brent Reed. We are back with an all-new episode as next week, kids. Next week is the 10-year anniversary show. It was 10 years ago. Next week, it will be 10 years ago where we kicked off the downright sports movement, a movement for one, a movement led by minus 30, a movement that has seen growth 1.2% every year. Hey, any growth is good growth, right? Pause. Anyway, if you never listened to Downright Sports before, it is a sports show by a sports fan for all the sports fans out there. And I'm excited, and I have lost the ability to get really excited, and I'm trying to be super excited, and I kind of want to do some stuff for the show, but there's a lot of internal therapy for me in this show as far as like what I think and really think and what I would like to think and what I can't think. But I'm excited. I don't care if one person watches or three people listen. It's still fun to do. So that's next week. Listen to the show here on DJ Chase Radio, the DJ Chase Radio app. Also, download on Apple and Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast. Download it. You're currently right now, if you lucky enough, you're watching here on YouTube and Facebook, which I thank you so much for those who can join in, and I hope you do join in. Also, like and comment and follow the show everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. That's right, kids. No one. I got off Twitter or X. I got off whatever stupid new thing is called. Probably in April. Yeah, I think I got off in April. I just got tired of it. It was just weird. It got really weird on there. So, it wasn't political stuff either. That doesn't bother me. It's just the algorithm just got. I would change the algorithm and it still would get really crazy and stupid. So I got off of it. And Blue Sky's a little easier and it's not as addictive because it just isn't. I don't know why. Maybe because it's new and different, but I'm on that. Anyway, enough about that. Do you know the Muffin Man? No. Do you know what tomorrow is officially the start date for? Do you have an idea? Well, I will tell you and inform all of you that tomorrow, October 30th, the year of our Lord, Tuesday, it is officially started. It has officially begun. It will be. Hold on, I'm trying to cue something up if you want to know. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, it looks like I'm texting. I'm not. I'm just trying to really cue something up. So give me 1 second so I can do this. You'll be surprised how much crap pops up in your head as you're doing your show. So this should work. After this. All right. It's where I turn the sound off. All right. Are we ready? Too soon. Too soon. All right. Tomorrow, the baseball playoffs have begun. I like being stupid on this show. Yes, the MLB 2025 postseason is finally here. And we have our teams. We're going to talk about some teams who didn't get in, but we're really going to talk about who is in. And this is how it broke down. So to recap, yesterday going into Sunday, baseball apparently no longer does the one-game playoffs anymore. Who knows why? It sounded like some stupid crap John Smoltz came up with. Because I know Smoltz was the biggest proponent of he didn't like the one-game eliminator. When baseball brought in the one-game wild card, that was the best thing they ever did. Because there's nothing more exciting than a one game. And John Smoltz, I know some people like, this isn't fair. It's just one day. It is fair. If you don't want to participate in it, win the division. That was kind of the concept. But I digress. It's too whatever. Yesterday, it broke down like this: the Yankees and the Blue Jays are trying to win a division. Well, the Yankees needed the Blue Jays to lose for that to happen, because if both teams won, the tiebreaker went to the Blue Jays. Baseball having tiebreakers is stupid. That's football stuff. That's dumb. All right. The Mets needed to win. They needed the Reds to lose so they could get in. Well, the Reds lost. The Reds did their part, and the Mets got smacked. They lost. They're out. Okay. Um, Cleveland won the Central Division over Detroit. If Detroit didn't make the playoffs, that would have been the biggest collapse, in my opinion, in the history of the game. The Red Sox obviously got in. Seattle got in. A lot of the other teams had already clinched and was in. So the playoffs are set now. In the American League, we're going in this in order of time. Okay, tomorrow at 1 o'clock on ESPN, Detroit will be facing Cleveland. The game will be in all three games, if necessary, will be in Cleveland. The winner of that series will play Seattle. At 3:08 on ABC, the Padres will be playing the Cubs in Chicago. The winner of that series will face Milwaukee. Then at 6:08, the only series that matters to me, the Red Sox are taking on the Yankees on ESPN. The winner of that series will face Toronto. And then the night game on ESPN will be the Reds taking on the Dodgers. The winner of that series will face the Phillies. So let's go in order of reverse. The Reds making it to the postseason is great, in my opinion. This is a franchise that is rich in history. It's the oldest franchise in baseball history. The Reds have had some lows. They have not had a World Series winner since 1990. It was the last time they went and won a World Series. If you're a Yankee fan, this will help you out. Paul O'Neill played on that team, just to give you an idea. This team has not been close. They haven't even been to the National League Championship Series. They've got a couple wild card wins. They haven't even won their division in so long. It's not even funny. So now they are back in the postseason for the first time since, I think it's 2020 is the last time the Reds made the playoffs. I will check that right now because I did a lot of research on who made what. I do have it here last time. Let's go to my assistant. So the Reds being in it with this young team, the biggest offseason signing, who would have thought, was Terry Francona, who this guy is like the whisperer of managing baseball. All right, let me give you a rundown of Terry Francona's history. Okay, this is a guy that took over the Red Sox in 2004 after Aaron Boone kept them from going to the World Series. He takes over the team. Not only takes the team to the World Series his first year, they won the World Series. Then he follows it up by winning, I think, 2 more World Series with them. Francona leaves Boston, goes to Cleveland, gets Cleveland back in the World Series in 2016, which was their first trip to the World Series since 1997. Is that right? That is not. I think that's right. Did they go once with CC? No, they didn't go with CC. So it was 1997. Anyway, they were Game 7. And fate had it. The Cubs needed to win. They lost to the Cubs, but he had Cleveland in it. Now he's got Cincinnati back in it. Let me check some last time the Reds made the postseason. And now with Francona with this, because last year this team was making a lot of noise. They were making some moves to get there. 2002, and I think they lost to the Dodgers, who. I think they lost to the Dodgers. I'm pretty sure. That's the pandemic year. Searching. No, I'm wrong. The Reds most in the wild card game, they faced the Dodgers, 3 seed. The Dodgers won the series 5-1. Whatever. So, the Reds made it then. But in any case, this is a franchise rich with history. Now they're facing a Dodgers team. A Dodgers team that is, got wall to wall superstars. If you take most of their players off of this team and put them on other teams, they're the best player on the other teams. Unfortunately, the Dodgers, they have too many great players on this team, whether it's Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, their pitching rotation, the management, the list goes on and on. This is a team built for the postseason, and the Reds now, this young, great team, they have to face this Dodgers team and really, have nothing to lose because if the Reds beat the Dodgers, this would be the equivalent of when Golden State beat Dallas in 2000. Was it 2006? 2006, the Golden State We Believe team. So if that were to happen, and I'm rooting for this Reds team, all right, I'm truly rooting. They haven't announced the Reds. No, they did. The Dodgers haven't announced who they have on the hill in Game 1, but the Reds are going to have Hunter Green, right-hander, go pitch for them tomorrow in the late game. And it would have been cool. I wish the game was played in Cincinnati so we could see those fans because I'm pretty sure those fans are going to be excited as hell to be there. Give you an idea of Hunter Green's numbers. Where is this young man? There he is. This season 7-4, ERA at 2.76. That's a strong with 19 starts this year. Over not a lot of innings pitched. People don't pitch a lot of innings anymore. He's only given up 75 hits, 35 runs, 33 earned runs, 15 home runs, which is the fewest out of the pitchers on the rotation. 132 strikeouts. If you Hunter is a big boy, 6'5", 242 pounds. I'm trying to get how long he's been in the game. They make an all-star. Give him a mo, give him a mo. All right, here we go. 22 years old. So for this young man, that's when he's 22 years old. That's when he made his debut. He's actually 26 years old. And the crazy thing is, born and raised in Los Angeles, California. So, what does Hunter have to live with? Well, kids, I'm glad you asked. He has to face a wheelhouse of juggernauts, got professional hitters, if you will, and it's not going to be easy. And if, quite frankly, it would be a miracle and a half if the Reds get an inkling, just a game. If the Reds can pick up a game, which Game 1 is their strongest chance on picking up a game, he can make that happen. Now, will it happen? That's a different story. But if you look at this the Dodgers and what he's facing, and I'm gonna speed this up, but he's got to go against, first of all, this lineup of Will Smith, who hit 17 home runs. He batted 296. Freddie Freeman, who batted 295, which is a down year for him with 24 home runs and still 90 RBIs. Mookie Betts, who had a down year, batting 558 with, 20 home runs, 82 RBIs, and on base percentage of 732. Max Muncy, who played in Muncy played in just 100 games. I'm not going to consider him. But then you got the potential MVP and Shohei Ohtani, 55 home runs, 102 RBIs, 20 stolen bases, an on base percentage of his on base. Yep. His on base percentage is this is OPS. Why am I losing track of what I'm looking at? It doesn't matter. It's Shohei Ohtani. You know who he is. All right. So they face that. And if the Reds can beat these guys who just won a World Series last year, not to mention they're lesser, and that's crazy to say, Tacon Hernandez, who put up 25 home runs. They got Andy Page, who put up 27 home runs. Then you got guys on the bench, and Kiki Hernandez, 10 home runs low key. This is a team that's dangerous, and if you're the Reds, you got to try to steal one. Just one is what you need to steal. And you don't even know, or we don't know yet, who the Dodgers are going to start on the hill. They could start Shohei Game 1. And that's dangerous because so far this season, he's 1-1. He pitched in 14 games. He did some relief. But How about this for he's only given up 3 home runs. He's walked 9. He struck out 62 people. And that's in a shortened season. Imagine if he had more time. So I'm really I think Shohei is either starting. We're either going to see Shohei start game 1 or game 3. I don't think we're going to see him start game. I think it's game 1 and game 3. Just to kind of, because the Dodgers already believe they're just going to move on. They want to give some other guys rest. So we'll see how that breaks down. With that being said, I'm taking the Dodgers in this series because it's the Dodgers and I need to see otherwise. I would love to see the Reds win, but we going Dodgers in 2. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Dodgers win in 2. Moving on as we go around the dial, we're saving my team for last. We got the Cubs and we got the Padres, and this is a very awesome. The Padres in any other division they would have won the division, but of course they had to play in the same division as the Dodgers. And this is a Padres team that finished 7th in batting average, 28th in home runs, which is crazy to think when you got Manny Machado, Francisco Tatis Jr., Xavier Bogaerts. You would think there would be a lot more home runs hit, but these guys are putting the bat. They're getting on base the old-fashioned way. Not as 18th in RBIs. Here's where their strength lies: 3rd in ERA and 1st in batting average against the pitchers. So you're the Cubs. You finished 13th in batting average, 6th in home runs, 3rd in RBIs. Okay, so if you're the Cubs, you got to either hit the long ball when you got Crow Armstrong, Sasaka, Hutzler, and Tucker. All these guys have been carrying your offense the entire season, but now you're facing a Padres team with a potent pitching rotation, and if we know anything about baseball in the postseason, it's pitching. Pitching wins games. And right now, the Cubs have to find a way to manufacture runs without hitting the home run. Because the cool thing about this Padres team is they did not give up a ton of home runs. They're one of the top 10 teams in the league not to give up home runs this season. And when you're a home run hitting team, that tends to hurt you a lot. And when you're looking at in the case of the Cubs, 9th in ERA, which is terrible, but they're 11th in batting average, which going into the postseason is not your best friend. And not the lowest. The Guardians and Detroit are actually in that category. But the Padres, did they announce who their starter is going to be? I think they did. Yep. Nick Pevett is going to pitch. Cubs haven't announced their pitcher yet. But if we look at what old Nick did this year, Nick Nack Paddywhack, give a dog a bone. He went 13-5 with an ERA of 2.87. He only gave 129 hits, 22 home runs, highest on the team. He did pitch no, did not. He pitched in 1 fewer games than Chase. And then when we look at ERA plus, which is adjusted to ballparks, which they're going to be playing on the road, his ERA plus is the highest on the team. His whip is pretty solid. But here's the part I like. Hits per 9 innings, 6. Gives up a ton of hits, but he's not giving up a ton of runs. That's strong, and that's good. That means he's going to have a good ground ball pitcher, which is bad for teams that like to hit the ball long. So, here's the kicker. What are we looking at? Cubs, I think this is the Padres season. I think this is the year the Padres pick up steam. I think the Cubs are still a year away with this group of mix of young fusion with a couple veterans like Tucker, who's been there. Kyle Tucker, free agent season, been there before with Houston. But we're going Padres in 3 games. This will go the distance. Padres in 3. Let's move on to the game to kick off all games. That's going to be Detroit taking on the Guardians. And this series is awesome because the story between these two teams all season long was Detroit was head and shoulders better than Cleveland. Detroit's numbers, though, and their advanced numbers didn't prove it because they were in the bottom category of a lot of hitting categories. They were kind of getting it done by smoke and mirrors and probably having a favorable schedule. And then September, it caught up to them. When the Guardians picked up steam and made a run for the division, And when they did so, in the series that they faced, they coming in September, they faced each other the 16th through the 18th. Cleveland swept them. And then the series from the 23rd to the 25th, Cleveland took 2 out of 3. And now down the stretch, they both won because they needed to make the playoffs. But Cleveland this year beat Detroit 8 out of 5. They went 8-5 against Detroit this year alone. Now last year, Detroit lost 3-2 in the playoffs. So Cleveland has Detroit's number. Detroit's going to throw out Scooble game one. Cleveland hasn't announced their game one starter yet. At the time I was preparing the show, they didn't. But these are two of the worst teams as far as hitting that made the playoffs. Cleveland this season, second to last in batting average. Detroit is 16th. Cleveland as a team's batting average is 226. 20th in home runs, 29th in on-base percentage. But where does it matter? Pitching, pitching, pitching. 4th in ERA, 10th in batting average against them, 12th in strikeouts. Detroit, on the other hand, 16th in ERA, 12th in pitching and batting average, and 12th in home runs. So they don't give up too many, but Cleveland has the edge because Cleveland has a great bullpen. Their closer is lights out unless he plays the Yankees, and they have a solid starting rotation. I'm going to go with Cleveland again, and I'm going to go with Cleveland in a sweep. 2 games, 2 and done. Nope, Detroit, even that, Detroit will not be picking up a victory at all, especially now since they're not even playing at home. Now, this last 4 minutes is my time. The real time. I wish I could turn this camera around so you guys could see the wall. Yankees, Red Sox. It's happening again. Taking everything in me not to call out of work tomorrow and go to the playoffs. Trust me. These two teams are 12-12 in their postseason head-to-heads against each other. There's a lot. The first time they ever faced each other in the playoffs is 1999. Now they're back at it again, and it's been a little back and forth. Now, when the Red Sox, for some reason, beat the Yankees, they tend to go into the World Series and win it. When the Yankees beat anybody, they just tend to figure it out because Aaron Boone is just sitting there with his thumb up his butt. Regardless, this year this is not going to be a cakewalk for either team. The Red Sox probably are more surprised that they're in with the type of season that they went into. They made a big splashy trade getting rid of Rafael Devers, who was their clear-cut best hitter and MVP. But the Red Sox, well, they didn't go down without a fight. 15th in home runs, 4th in batting average, 8th on-base percentage. To the Yankees, 1st in home runs, 10th in batting average, and 3rd in on-base percentage. The batting average is the story to me because the batting average means you get hits. And the Red Sox, I watched them a lot, and I actually called one of the Red Sox-Yankee games in September on DJ Chase Radio. Yankees lost. That was a big game. That game mattered because it was for a wild card spot. Yankees ended up winning the series, but I digress. The Red Sox put the bat on the ball and they get hits. The Yankees try to hit the long ball, whether it's Judge, Stanton, or the entire rotation. Corey Bellinger, Jazz Chisholm, who I would like to see be more of an average hitter come this postseason. I like to, Trent Grissom has got a lot of eyes on him, but again, it's all or nothing. There's not a ton of get the bat on the ball and produce the old-fashioned way. When it comes to pitching, the Red Sox got the edge. 5th in ERA, 14th. The Yankees are 14th in ERA. The Red Sox are 4th in home runs given up. The Yankees are 10th. The Red Sox are 16th in batting average against them. The Yankees are 2nd. So not a ton. But the Yankees giving up the home, when you got guys like Trevor Story, who had a pretty great bounce back season, and Mr. Story, who grew up wanting to be a Derek Jeter, was a Derek Jeter fan. Story came back this season, 25 home runs, 96 RBIs. He hit 263. Then you got Alex Bregman, who knows what it's like to kill the Yankees' hopes and dreams all those years on Houston, who had a fantastic year, batting 273, 18 home runs, 62 RBIs. He's more there for his defense, but does have some incredible pop. And then you got like Willie Abreu, who hurt the Yankees a lot this year, but he had 22 home runs. He hit 247 on base percentage of 317. And then you would see somebody, Jalen Dunning, uh, Duran, excuse me, Jalen Duran. Where is this young man? You look at this year: 16 home runs, 13 triples, 41 doubles. He hit 256. He had 60 walks. So this is a guy that's paying attention to what he's doing, and he's making sure that he's getting on base. He's putting the bat on the ball. The Yankees, there's a lot more holes on this Yankee team. Because if it's not the outside of Aaron Judge, who I believe is the only player in the league to hit the bat over 300, is that crazy to think? Outside of Judge, the Yankees got to hope. You look at Trent Grissom. Yeah, he hit 34 home runs, but he batted 235. That's not good. You had Ryan McMahon, who they made a trade for. He hit 208. That's not good. You had Anthony Volpe, shouldn't even be on the roster at this point. And then Paul Goldschmidt, more respectable, hit 274. Austin Wells, 219. If Corey Bellinger, Aaron Judge, and Jazz Chisholm and Paul Goldschmidt cannot get it together, and the Yankees have to rely on others in this series, it's going to be this early. Done early, and my wife will be happy. So, where's my pick? It's the same pick all the time, baby. Yankees in 3. Yankees still got a great bullpen. Max Fried is going to earn his pinstripes this year. He's the only pitcher with 18 wins this season, 19 wins this year, which is fantastic on his first year. He had a couple highs and lows. 19-5 ERA, 2.86. He's getting Cy Young. Carlos Rendon, great year. 18-9 on the season. Clark Smith, we'll see what he does. But we got Luis Gil back, who's going to get busy. And then not to mention, if they get to the bullpen, Tim Hill, Luke Weaver, Matt Lauder Jr., the Yankees just got to hold it together. If their pitchers can go 6 strong, get to the bullpen, you give a few runs, Yankees are winning this in 3. That's right, Yanks in 3. What other way you think I was going to choose? I think the Red Sox could pick up a victory. Some fluke crap that they normally do. But Yankees is taking it. Wow. That's a preview. And then we'll see what happens next week as we go on for the next round. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Facebook, YouTube, we're going to fade to black. We'll be back with segment number 2. What are we talking about in segment number 2? The NFL and the Ravens are in trouble. If you're watching or listening to the podcast, we're going straight to the segment. If you listen on DJ Chase Radio, I'm going to tune in. I didn't cue no music. Wild card today, kids. Straight wild card. We'll be back with more Downright Sports. Yeah, quick song. Need something like 2 minutes or less. Yeah, I don't want to beat Mill. What we gonna play? I'll play this. It's on DJ Chase Radio. If you guys want to hear the music, Facebook and YouTube, you gotta go DJ Chase Radio because I can't play the music on the podcast anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy to think.